Scene 2, the courtyard. Claudia, wife of Pilate, and Julia, Claudia's maid. Why am I so restless? What is happening that makes me feel this way? I have been to Jerusalem many times before, but never before has it been like this. It is because we are in this city. I am always uneasy here. The people are so intense, so serious. They never smile or relax and enjoy life as we do in Rome. Pilate makes certain always to be here on Passover. He is afraid something will happen. He thinks of these people as a superstitious and barbaric lot, and there is always the danger one of them might rise up to challenge the rule of Rome. They hate us. Every time I come here, I vow it will be my last. And yet, if we had not come, I would have never heard about that man, the one they call Jesus. Last night, I had the most terrible dreams. I could not sleep. I had a feeling that something dreadful was happening. And in my dreams, there was always this man, Jesus. When I first heard him speak, I wasn't impressed. He seemed like an ordinary man. But as I listened, I felt something stir in my heart. I felt at peace. Julia enters with news that they have arrested the master last night in the garden. They had spies who were watching. They didn't dare do anything when he was with the people. But last night, he was alone with his friends. They took him to the chief priests, and now they have brought him here. They are asking for his death. What are they accusing him of? Surely he has done nothing. They are jealous of his power over his people. They are afraid and are accusing him of treason. He must not die. He is innocent. Surely my husband can understand that. I have had many dreams about this man, Jesus. Go quickly. Tell my husband to have nothing to do with this man. It will go badly for him. The whole affair sounded like a nightmare. It cannot be true. There must be some mistake. Only a few days ago, the people were crowding around him to hear his words. And now they have turned. Who are these people? Why would their priests permit such a thing? Surely there are some good men among them. This is a strange country. Why, oh why, did we ever come here? There must have been some other provinces, but no, it had to be this one. We have been here almost 10 years. 10 long years, away from Rome, my beloved city, the city of beauty, music, feast, gaiety, and above all, companionship. I grew up in Rome. My father was wealthy and entertained lavishly. I remember so well those many banquets, the fabulous foods, fruits, and delicious ice-cold wines, the dancers and the music, the theater, and the games. When I married Pilate, I had no idea my life would be spent in a garrison town on a wild coast away from everything. I hate the barren coast of Caesarea, and this Jerusalem with its narrow streets, dingy markets, and the people. They are always scowling. They look dirty with their sprouting beards and shabby clothes. Pilate assured me this would not be a long assignment. It is true that he is in favor at court, but that cannot be said of the people here. They hate us Romans, and I hate them except for one. I remember the first time I heard of the one they call the Nazarene, or Master. Julia was late in arriving to dress my hair for the banquet. I scolded her. She told me some strange tale about hearing a man talk near the temple. He spoke of a new world, a new life. I laughed at her. There are many gods in Rome, also many prophets. They are always promising something. But Julia said this man was different. He spoke of a God, an unseen God, who loved his people and said that he had been sent by God to show the way. She told me so many things that I became curious. One day, I went with her. He was speaking to a crowd. Speaking to a crowd near the temple. He did not look very different, but his answers to the questions impressed me. He said there was only one God, that we should love him with all our hearts, and we should also love our neighbors. It sounded so simple, yet who is this one God? And how can he be more powerful than all the gods of Rome? I do not understand all he is saying, but I know that he is a good man and does not deserve to die. It is too late, my lady. They have persuaded Pilate to give him up. He is to be crucified. Did you give my husband my message? Did you tell him about my dreams? He paid no attention. He listened only to the cries of the mob and the priest. Then he washed his hands. I cannot bear it. All my life I have had dreams. Some have been so close to the truth that I have been afraid. I remember the dream I had before we came to this country. I was walking along the shore. The wind was blowing and I was crying. I could not find my husband. Then I saw a boat approaching, and I saw my husband standing in it. Just before it reached the shore, the boat capsized, and my husband's body floated onto the sand. I told Pilate of my dream and warned him, but he only laughed. I dreamed again that I was on a high hill, and at the bottom were crowds of people yelling and shouting. I stretched out my hands to them, but they kept on yelling. Then my husband stood by my side, and suddenly the mob was quiet. But when I turned to him, he was not there. He was lying dead at the bottom of the hill. For many nights, I have had dreams about this Nazarene. I have seen him standing with my husband, who is offering him a platter of gold. But he only shakes his head. Suddenly the gold turns into wriggling snakes who thrust their fangs into my husband. I dreamed I saw the master touching a crippled child, and as the child gets up, people grab him, but he disappears. I have seen him looking at me, stretching out his hands, but as I tried to walk towards him, my feet seemed to sink further and further into deep mud. I could not free myself, and as his hands touched me, I awaken. Oh, my husband, what have you done to that man? He is innocent. He has done nothing. I know you feel as governor you must listen to their demands. Why do you trust those priests? They are not your friends. They are your enemies. They are jealous of him. They have been trying for weeks to catch him, and now they have him. If you listen to them, you are ruined. Oh, why didn't you listen to my dreams? You could find no fault nor evidence of the claim of treason. We do not understand his words. He was born for this purpose, to bear witness to the truth. We not understand dreams neither, yet the message is clear. Instead, you responded to their threats. They were but the work of priests stirring up the people. What have you done? And you had flogged and then wash your hands of the whole affair. You cruel, stupid man. This day you have condemned an innocent man, a godly man, to death. You have let your sense of Roman justice be thwarted by evil men. This act will not be forgotten. I pity you, and I pray for you.